What's good, people? It's your boy Curbs back again with another video. Just pull this up. Trade recap. I don't even know what day it is. Today is Thursday. Boom. We got ourselves that Aventador just for me to manifest. You know what I mean? So today, it's a pretty good win. It's a 1-2 with a runner of a 1-3 trailer stop. But let me explain what happened yesterday. Yesterday, as I said, I don't really care what happens. It might go tap into a break-even zone, or you can go to my take profit. And you know what happened? It went for both. So you tap on my profit, but I didn't close it because I was expecting for it to reach to the highs at around the early times of the new 4-hour candle. I trailed my stops to break even once it hits a certain liquidity over here, and then it didn't continue. It actually retraced back to the break even zone, which I got tapped on break even, and then I actually um traded M&Q last night because I couldn't sleep. I wouldn't recommend it, but I only risked like $100. Obviously, it's a loss because I don't know, NQ just like straight ran through it. So this was it. It was just $100 trade. So I lost $100. So I just went straight through it. So I was like, yo, I don't really care. I'm just gonna go trade tomorrow, which then results to a pretty good trade for today. So let's recap this trade that I did. All right. So what did I find with my bias with gold? My bad. This thing is pretty confusing. I like to see the reaction of the current candles. I don't like seeing. I don't like looking at this because that's not what we're trying to. This is past data. All of this and the left side, these are all past data. How am I gonna predict or even analyze the markets if I'm not following the current candles or the current trends of what the price is printing? So that's what I'm basing my methodology is based on price action, not the previous action of the price. So what is the current price is doing? So at that moment, my bad guys, oh, can't drag my shit. So at that moment, uh, the new 4-hour candle, we saw a candle, bearish 4-hour candle, but also that bearish candle is actually reacting upon this gap, which I actually marked yesterday. So this gap is pretty important and pretty significant because if you go drop down to the 4-hour, we can, or we can, if we drop down to 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 15 minute, just to see more details, we got a few rejections coming prior to the opening 10 a.m. candle or 10 p.m. candle in gold in the Asia session. So we got this rejection, and I know that look, this is a pretty strong level for it to reject since it's a big gap, big 30-minute gap that you don't. It's not even a fair value gap. It's not. It's not. It's like it's just a daily gap that it doesn't even print. So this is pretty significant because if this reaction is giving us bullish rejection, well then I'm pretty bullish. So upon the 10 a.m. Candle or 10 a.m. 4-hour candle, I saw a bit consolidation prior to it, and waited for a good liquidity sweep for me to enter. So we get this consolidation area. So I immediately dropped down to 1 minute, understanding my bias that look, we're trying to head to the upside, but I want to see a good consolidation area for me to see if it can sweep liquidity, right? So we have this consolidation, and once it opened, I wanted to look at how the price react on it. So we got this 30-minute gap. We see that we're rejecting, and we've been rejecting prior to the open. We've been rejecting over here. We got break of structure. We got break of structure to the upside over here. Why is it yellow, man? Why is it yellow? This thing is crazy. I have a template for it. So we have a break of structure over there, and once it open, that's a new 4-hour candle. You have to understand. So what does the 4-hour candle do? If we are bullish, it needs to liquidate everyone to the downside first. So I waited for a liquidity sweep over here. This is a liquidity sweep, and once I know that we have a good liquidity sweep, I can enter off here. I can enter off this fair value gap, which are marked. It's inverse FEG, right? So inverse FEG, right on it, right before right before it closed. That's when I entered pretty early because I know that he already swept liquidity. He just needs to go to the upside now. So little to no drawdown. Actually, no, just a little bit of drawdown, but then went up to the upside. And I only aim for 1 to 2 with the risk of 200. I think just $200. So I aim for 1 to 2. Cut majority off here in 1 to 2, and then just we have this 5 minute fair value gap. I just look for the half zone of this area, or even touching it over here. I let it trail. I let it run, and then I just trailed my stop loss, and then it just keeps touching and then rejecting, and it keeps touching these points over here, right over here, and then right over here, and then when I saw the last touch, I was like, "Yo, I'm getting tired of waiting." I even like ignored the whole charts and just went outside and grabbed my dog and we took a walk. And I just let it run. Keeps touching this area, so I just decided to close and not get greedy because it's just a runner. But essentially, that's pretty much it. Um, Let me show you the profits I had. This is just one funded account. I copy trade my funded accounts. So let's see. Let me see. Oh, Lucky's here. See, I don't know if you guys can see. Wait, let me check. Okay, let me zoom in for you guys. There, we got $400 because I only risked 200. This is pretty much like a B setup because once again, oh wait, I can shut this down. Once again, yesterday I lost based on the NQ trade, just $100. So I always risk less every time I lose so that I can get back that confidence. And then just follow the plan of just risking less every time you lose, and just scaling in more if you see a confident setup. But then that that you know that you already built buffer. That's a better way for me to psychologically battle through a better chances for me to become probable in terms of risk management, and then control my emotions the within the whole risk management scheme, right? So that's pretty much it. This is rinse and repeat. What I learned with this trade is like, I don't know about trading NQ no more. I've been getting more setups with gold, and I think I'm gonna be sticking with gold from now on, so that I can avoid losses, stupid losses. NQ is just like, I don't know what NQ is doing, but I think I'm gonna just stick to gold because that's what's paying me right now. Yeah. So with my psychology in this trade is, it's pretty much the same thing as always. You don't control the markets. Don't expect that you can control the markets. Expect that you always lose, but have that in back of your mind. But then in front of your mind, you should always look for the best setups that you know that it's gonna work out, because it should be the setups first, your strategy first that will make your money, and then the psychology second. And then if you can combine that with a good risk management plan, well then you're it's impossible for you not to win in this game of trading. Um, and if you can consistently execute that with the longevity mindset, where you can lessen your trade frequency to just 1 to 2 trades a day, or even just one trade and picking best setups, bro, like, it's pretty much like the market is pretty much yours. If obviously hindsight, you have still had to work on. It's gonna take a long time for you to look for your best your strategy that actually fits your personality, but you have to mature as a trader and get to that point where you can harmonize the three things: is having a good strategy, having a good psychology, and then risk management. If you don't have that, well, then there's a lot more work for you to do, and um, yeah, there's a lot more work. It's like this Rubik's cube. You know what I mean? Like, I've learned this when I was grade 5. Learned how to solve it, not the fastest way, but like the beginner's method. But when I start locking in and really learning the algorithms, it just becomes repetitive. And once you actually solve it, when you solve this, like, it just, you know that you can do it again and again and again, and then maybe show it off to you. You know, I had when I was grade 5, I was flexing it because I was the only one who can solve the Rubik's cube, and then the girls are just like fascinated. That gives me a little bit of advantage, you know what I mean, as a Filipino kid. But you know what I mean, like, it just gets repetitive, and you'll do the same thing over and over. It's supposed to be boring, but then, like, you get into that mindset that it's supposed to be boring. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be boring because it takes discipline, and you don't need fun to do it. You don't have fun doing this. You just become emotionless, you become neutral, you accept the outcome, but you don't look forward to the outcome. You look forward to the process. I always been saying this to you guys, and hopefully you guys can have the same level of understanding as I'm explaining it to you, because I know the struggle of unprofitable traders, and that's why I'm doing these videos for you guys to understand. And if you're still watching this video, look, props to you, because you might be the only one who can break through this slavery matrix, as they say. You might be the only one, because you have this hyper focus. You're not really distracted. You're here to actually consume good information and good dopamine. You're not here fucking up your dopamine receptors. You're here to actually learn something that's valuable that can change your life. Congrats to you, pat yourself in the back, but you still have to do your work, because no one's gonna save you. No one's gonna save you, and you always gotta have to say that. every single day until you become the hero of your life. All right. So thank you guys for watching. That's pretty much it. I do this. I'll do the same thing tomorrow. If we win, if we lose, it doesn't matter. I'll do the same thing. Trade recaps, and hopefully you guys learn something. Subscribe, like, and share this to your friends. Greatly appreciate it. Peace out. All love. Stay grinding.